Hey guys, welcome to the Second Bedroom Show. I'm your host, Ansley Bates, and this is Noah Ziecheck of Sostober.
Thank you.
Yeah, of course.
Sweet, dude.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Very excited to be here. It's sick. I remember when you told me you were gonna do this. I was stoked that it was gonna be a thing.
I know. So, I guess we can start with. This interview is like really special to me because when we met, I had only done a handful of interviews, and it was kind of like the birthing process, and I was still like very unsure of what I was gonna do. But I kind of like had an idea of like I wanted to interview artists, and I wanted to get them like in the process of doing their art, and I had yet to be able to do that. And then I also wanted to include local music. And so when I ran into you at the market, you were actually like physically screen printing your shirts and doing your art. And so I got to just like follow you around all day, and you and Birdie doing your system.
She stayed the entire day.
Yeah.
The entire day, and like helped us out whenever she could and stuff. Yeah, that was the busiest farmers market day I had. Like for sure.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, and then you suggested, you said something about you wanted to make videos of you screen printing, just like a ASMR type, and put it to King Peach. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then you introduced me to Eric, and I was like, oh my gosh, I have to surprise him and put King Peach in. So I'm like, this is my first message to a band, and I'm like so nervous. I'm like, okay, hey King Peach, Noah mentioned you, and like I would love to put your video or your music in this video.
That's awesome. That's permission. That's awesome.
Oh yeah, well I didn't know how to do it yet, you know. And so he was like, yeah, of course, whatever. And then so I put it to your video like as a little intro and the closeout song.
That video was so awesome too. That was such a cool day to like see a video came out. I was skating Trudy, and then I came home. And I was with a buddy. I think like Landon or Tristan, and I like went on YouTube and I looked at it and I was like, dude, no way, this is so cool.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah, it was awesome. But it was the
first video. Thank you for that footage too, because I don't document my stuff very well at all.
Yeah.
Like I always forget to take pictures of anything. Like we have so much good footage on that damn camera. This camera.
Oh,
Me and Brody have shot like probably like 14 hours on this. This is my VX 2000. Thank you to Cassius's dad, Andre DeLena, for giving me this. We probably shot like 12 to 14 hours on it of like skating and sauce and the pop-ups and stuff, and just like random shit, like parties, like a bunch of fun stuff, dude. But I lost the flash drive that I had all the footage on, and I paid like $15 per tape. Each tape's an hour, so I lost like. It was like $200 on that tape, dude.
No, but you still have the tapes, so you can.
I have the tapes, so I can pay to get them redone.
Oh gosh, yeah.
Which sucks, but I'm gonna have to do it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm trying to come out with a video.
That would be
My
cool.
Evan wants to edit it.
Yeah, because he does.
He's good at it. That's like the part I don't want to do. I want to shoot the video.
Same. It's the
at least
worst.
These are more like, I don't know. What's the editing like for this kind of videos?
For something like this, it's pretty straightforward. I try to keep it pretty raw, like the interviews. I don't want to cut too much out.
It's best that way.
Yeah, but when I have like bands and stuff in here, trying to cut in like all the different
music and samples and stuff.
Yeah, and I try to have two cameras going to make it interesting.
That's
you know?
cool.
Yeah, but it's a lot of.
Have you done any that you haven't uploaded, or everything have you been able to put out? Like, were there any that you were just like testing and you know what I mean?
No, I just sent it all. I just sent it all. Yeah.
Oh yeah, no, you shouldn't do it raw. You should jump cut every like 15 seconds to mid sentence.
Yeah, just confuse the hell out of everybody.
You should chop it up. You should make a remix video.
Yeah, but that was the first video that I was like, this is how I want it to go. And you guys are so interactive, so that was
Brady did a good job, especially.
Yeah. And then it was always like getting to know more about you and Evan and now Pocket Knife Dance Party and like how you guys all work together, kudzu.
They broke up. That's crazy. King Peach broke up right after.
Yeah, literally the day I dropped the video,
really?
it broke out. Yes.
That was the same day.
It was the same day I dropped it, and I was so stoked. I was so stoked. And then I don't remember who told me. Maybe you. Oh, you called me and you were like, "Hey, I just want to let you know they broke up," and I was like, "No." But They're still together.
No, honestly, I'm not sad about it at all. Fucking their dance party's way better.
Yeah, way better.
Fucking B.
No, they have some bops, and I hope they never take it off Spotify because I still have a couple.
I got to hear
songs.
3 of the songs off their new project.
Yeah.
It's gonna be crazy. It's actually like the most like cohesive piece of music they've made. Like,
oh yeah.
It's sick.
Nice.
So sick.
Okay, sick.
It's sick. I gotta unplug them.
You got to.
Party.
Well, but that's part of the crew, so that's kind of what I wanted to do with like you and Evan, and maybe like we had talked about Evan and I had talked about doing like some sort of collab episode or something, because like you guys inspired so much of what I do, and like the way you guys all work together and support each other with your different arts,
it's worked out so
insane. So you do screen printing. Evan does art. Who was the guy who did so Pocket Knife Dance Party had their album release party at Spinster Abbott's. Evan did the art for the album, which is hanging in my my bedroom. And then you screen printed their merch shirts with somebody else's art.
Oh, William Hudgens.
William Hudgens. Yeah, and so it was just like so cool how you guys all work together, and that was so inspiring to me to turn around and go and try to find those people here as well, like in like my age.
I appreciate it. It's so good to like source out local art and just like work together.
Yeah.
Everything's stronger together.
It helps so much because you don't want to go like outsource it to somebody. Like if you can help your buddy. Then...
I feel like all of us have helped each other grow so much.
Yes.
Like,
yeah.
Like I remember the first sauce pop up was October 2023, and it probably had like maybe 20-25 people showed up like throughout the whole night, and I was just screen printing on a little table, no music, no nothing. I had 2 screens, they're both tiny. I had literally the day before figured out how to like finally do it, because it took me like 10 months to figure out how to screen print. That's why nobody screen prints. It sucks.
Yeah.
Like printing is fun, but making the screens when you're learning how to do it is so like hell. And I could have made it easier on myself. I could have bought better equipment, and I could have bought an exposure calculator, but I kind of was just trying to do it as cheap as possible because I didn't even really know if I was going to be able to do it properly or not. Yeah. And it took me like actually like 10 months, and this was like while doing other stuff, of course. This was the summer before junior year. No, like winter junior year. I started trying it, like January junior year probably, and then I finally got it at the beginning of senior year, and then I started doing the pop-ups, and by the time I started doing them in so I was doing them for like, I've been doing them for over a year. I'm like a year and a half of pop-ups. That's
because the video was April of last year.
Yeah, that's when I was doing farmers markets and stuff. Yeah. I don't really do those anymore. Those were cool, but not exactly what I was trying to do. not exactly my crowd, but all those people were awesome. And once I started working with Kudzu and like Pocket Knife Dance Party and started incorporating like at first I was just trying to go out and like screen print. Like I'd seen like, I don't know, I was glad that I could finally do something in person, because I don't like the idea, like there's a lot of big skateboarding brands and surf whatever. I don't really follow surfing as much as I follow skateboarding really anymore, but like there's so many big brands that just kind of put out pretty shit like copy and paste art of like just whatever is popular, or just like some simple low effort graphic, and just print a shit ton of them, and they all suck, I feel like, and they don't do anything on these big companies. That's why like Volcom and Quicksilver and Billabong all just like, they're not like shut down, but they went bankrupt because they kind of suck. Like they don't do anything for the community anymore. Like I don't know, it's like these old ass companies that were started by young people that are old and rich now that are just
don't care
keeping the money, and like I don't want to start off just like selling shit like if I was just selling shirts that said Sostober and they like didn't have anything going on, like it would kind of just suck. I feel like, like if there wasn't like something fun that like I wanted it to be like a thing, like an actual thing.
Yeah, like something that you like put your creative effort into.
And like something people can like it kind of just came together because like shout out Hit Surf Shop and like Low Carb Magazine, or I think Low Carb was a video or a mag, and Hetrap Magazine. There was a bunch of these little companies, Hessian Skateboards. There's a bunch of these like local companies from here in Jax that used to throw these like, they would either be like contests or just like jams or like bands would come out or just like these fun ass events they throw at Treaty Skate Park. And I've been going there since I was like 12 years old, like every day. And around COVID, they like stopped doing. I remember the last one I ever like saw, other than Bodie's birthday jam, which still happens every year. The Halloween, it was like a Pit Surf Shop Halloween event in 2020. And since then, there hasn't really been anything like other like for like 2 years probably. There was just nothing going on at Treaty. Like it got pretty dead. Like I don't know. And that's kind of where I grew up. I feel like that's where I spent the majority of my time. And I wanted to just kind of bring that back. And I have like my own thing going now, and I know people that have their own stuff going on now. So we kind of all just like threw it together. I told people to come out to Treaty, and the first one was more successful than I could have like imagined.
Yeah.
And they're like continuing to be, and people come out and been like showing support. It's been so awesome. Like, thank you for everything you've done.
Yeah, of course.
Like, thank you to so many people. It's been so cool.
Yeah.
Like, 30th is gonna be like crazy. Like the last, I'm still gonna try to do some at Treaty, but it's not. It's gonna be like an hour and a half away. You know, it's gonna be different for sure.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah. Yeah. Trying to think, was the one that I came to the first one, or had you done more?
No, the first one with Kudzu?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, that was another thing that I was just like a wave of just so impressed by you guys and all the crowd that you drew. I'm like, I can't believe that like this is what high schoolers are doing. Like that's so awesome that they're like coming out to the skate park on a Friday night and like supporting their friends or doing their art. Like Evan's out there with selling his art, and people
Evan's a damn product.
People are buying your stuff like that. Like these like high schoolers are coming out and they're spending their money to support their friends, and I'm like that was just blew my mind, and I was like this. People need to know about this, like, and that like there are people out there because everybody wants to crap on the youth and be like they're not doing anything, but like
always like
you guys
the
are
generation
leading,
behind you is always lame. Always.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I'm trying not to be lame. I feel like my generation is pretty lame though. Like I feel like
you think
I mean, I love everyone in St. Augustine.
Yeah,
everyone in St. Augustine. Thank you so much for everything. Like I love St. Augustine. Everyone in it.
Yeah.
But I feel like worldwide, my generation might screw shit over pretty bad.
But then maybe they'll get creative.
People born in the
and find
2000s
a way to not screw it up. Oh, that's all I'm hoping.
I hope so.
But like that's what you guys inspire. I'm like, hopefully people will see this and like we can put it out in the world to show people like you are doing
for sure
things.
For sure.
People are doing things in order to like put art into the world and create culture and try to like
exactly.
better themselves and other people and the places around them. And
it's a scary time, like with AI and like there's so much shit going on. I feel like a lot of valuable things are in jeopardy, like you know, just like art and like nature. like I don't know, it's pretty scary times.
yeah, because it's like if we can't create art, then what can we do?
No. Stuff sucks without culture. Stuff sucks without culture for sure.
Yeah, because it's an identity. We're about to go through a global identity crisis. Yeah. I think hopefully we'll get back to the physical, you know, like the physical trading of art and goods and because that's the only way we're gonna be able to tell if it's real and from another person is if we like literally like put eyes on another human being.
I've been so slow to make a website because of that. Like I've had so many opportunities to, and they always kind of just like fall apart because I'm not even sure if I want to make one or not. You know what I mean? I'm thinking about it now that I'm moving away, but like I don't know. I think it'd almost be safer if I just didn't have a website and you had to come and find it.
Well, and I think that's like a good marketing that people use sometimes. It's like to be unavailable is a commodity now, honestly.
Straight up.
So that's not really an idea.
That's cool. That and like a lot of my buddies get mad at me because I feel like I could be capitalizing on Sostober more. Like if I like some of my more business minded friends, like if I want to just like pump TikTok ads and like make some like trendy graphic with like a bunch of like stars and shit, like a bunch of like just like I could definitely make some basic shit and like sell the hell out of it, like for sure.
Yeah.
And especially like I worked in a print shop for like 2 years now. Like I'm glad I have like a lot of experience on the manufacturing side. I do a lot of drawing. Not as much. I mean, it's like just kind of a cycle, but like recently I've definitely been neglecting it. I've been busy, about to move, so once I move, hopefully I'll get back into it pretty heavy. But I have a large backlog of just like graphics.
Really? You've been like drawing stuff and making the
so much.
screens?
Well, I don't have the screens, but I have just like a bunch of Adobe Illustrator files, a bunch that I can just like rip out at any time. Like my most recent graphic. I brought some stuff like you said. Okay. Yeah, when would be a good time? Should I just go ahead?
Yeah, whatever.
My most recent graphic, I drew as a tattoo for a homie. He never got it.
Oh.
And it was like 2 years old, and it was sitting in my sketchbook. And I was like, dude, you gotta do something with this. Because it was like, I drew it in, it was world history class with Coach Jones. And I was drawing this. And now it's on the shirts. This is sick too. Thank you to a big way that Sostober has been able to develop so far is my vintage homies. Like Kobe and Evan and Marco, like, and Hudson. They all have just like a shit ton of good blanks and shit. Like my rack for the 30th is like mostly single stitch, like old vintage shit. Like
no way.
Like 40 pieces of like a majority of them are single stitch and like over 20, 30 years old. Like
what?
I've been able to find like thank you COVID.
That's fire. Yeah, because it started with just like second hand stuff like that you would.
It always has been, yeah. Well, actually no, it didn't start that way. How it started was so Sostober is literally just like I used to name all my playlists after what month it was, and I made like a really good one. This is like sophomore year. I was listening to a bunch of like D Savage and Chief Keef and like old like members only with Ski and X and like a bunch of just like good SoundCloud rap. I made like a sick playlist, and it was like the last 2 days of September 2022, and I was like, shit, dude, it's like the end of September. You're gonna be listening to this in October, so you can't really call it September, but I don't want to call it October because I made it in September, so I named it Socktober. And then named it, I changed the C to an S because I thought it looked kind of dumb. And then it's just Sostober. And then I started like doodling on stuff like a tag or whatever. And I just started like making little drawings and incorporating it. And then like homies were like, yo, like you should put that on a t-shirt. And I think they were just saying it like, yo, put that on a t-shirt. But I took it seriously. I put it on a t-shirt.
Wait, had you done screen printing before you put it on a t-shirt?
So I went to Tibbs Tees. And so Tibbs Tees is a screen printing shop in St. Augustine, Florida. Best one in the world. Dustin Tibbs is a wizard. He's the screen printer. He's the owner, a wizard of a screen printer, and he's also my best friend Bear's uncle. And I knew that they had a screen printer shop just like growing up. I went to like family events with them. Like I just knew him, and I went to them and I was like, yo, can I get some shirts? And then their son Tegan, who's my buddy too, Bear's cousin. He went on like Illustrator and like traced out my graphics because all my stuff I draw and then I just like scan it in electronically so that I can then print the film and make the screens. Okay. And he just like traced over a paper pencil drawing in Illustrator, and I made 72 of them. And I was 15, and I borrowed money from my dad because I only worked at my only money was from working at a surf camp over the summer. And I borrowed money from my dad, and I was able to pay him back in like 2 days. It was so sick.
No way. Oh, that's so cool.
Yeah, we just made these like simple t-shirts, and like my class was really supportive, and like everyone at my school really liked it, and like they bought it, and then I ended up making 2 more like that. The second iteration is these white shirts. I don't really like them that much, honestly, now. Just because like the t-shirt I use and stuff, I use kind of like a softer shirt, like a soft thin shirt, which I'm not really a fan of anymore. And I don't know, the graphic's cool though. That's the only thing I've ever made that I didn't make all the graphic. My homie Xander Henley drew this like tree out for the back of it because I just knew he'd be able to do it better than me. But he ended up doing it, and we sold all those 2. And then the end of my junior year, we made the third ones, which was a front and back graphic. It's these blue and heather gray shirts. I love those ones. Those all sold out too. And after that, I learned how to screen print. And then I stopped ordering the shirts from Tibbs Tees. I learned how to screen print myself. And then they found out I learned how to screen print myself. And then they hired me. And I've worked there like coming on 2 years now.
No way. That's so cool.
Yeah. No, he did Dude, we did like 1,500 prints for Sunset Grill today. Like, dude, we do.
Wow.
Oh
That's
my God.
mass.
No, I was sitting here
That's
just going
a lot.
like this. Like, I did this movement like 1,500 times today. Because it's an automatic press, and I'm just grabbing the shirt and putting it on the other thing. And it's like, it sucks. But, oh yeah, this is the graphic I made for my buddy Riley. It was going to be a tattoo. The Sostober wasn't in the graphic, of course. Or, the Sostober wasn't in the tattoo originally. But it's just like some sigils and stuff.
What'd you call
Sigils?
them? Sigils?
Yeah, it's like sigilism, I think, is that kind of like line artwork. But I don't know if it can see it well. But that's the most recent sauce. I like this one a lot.
Nice.
But yeah, no, thank you to Coben. This is a Bugle Boy blank. That's like so rare.
Really?
Yeah, no, he gives me a bunch of like, look at how weird the sleeves are. Like,
Oh, no way. This is like extra long and this is short.
it's strange.
What?
Bunch of cool shit. But
That's a cool one. That's new.
yeah, no, that one's new too.
I like the font.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's a picture of a oh, let's see if I can remember this. I think it's one of the first computer recreations of a floral protein.
You always pick the weirdest stuff.
I watch a lot of like science shit on YouTube.
Yeah,
And, like,
but it's all like it looks really cool.
No,
What
yeah.
was there was one.
The molecule one?
Yeah.
That was a resonance molecule, which is like the most like durable molecule or some shit like that.
No
I don't
way.
know. I'll like watch a YouTube video and be like pretty fascinated with something. Sometimes I'll like think of a graphic about it and then I'll forget about it. I think that's everyone. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah.
Like you be getting on, I'm sure you get on like YouTube tangents where you're just watching like random ass shit. No?
No.
Not like scrolling like straight up like long videos like on TV. Like,
No.
nothing?
I know. So the crazy thing is, I've never gotten to YouTube.
You don't watch YouTube?
No. And then I just started. I was like, yeah,
Okay.
I've heard of what people do on it. I don't want so much on it.
So if I was like, yeah, I didn't really wear t-shirts before.
Well, I just started screenprinting t-shirts. Yeah. Well, whatever.
If I go buzzers.
Yeah. That's I got it at the thrift store, and then there's a piece missing. But I just thought it was really fun.
I love buzzers so much.
Yeah, it was a fun puzzle. I had a lot of life revelations as I was.
I think you might have told me about that.
Yeah.
I think I asked about this last time I was here.
Yeah.
And when was that? That was like. Dang, wow,
That was like mid school, towards it. I mean, you were kind of towards the end of school.
February, January, February, probably.
I couldn't tell you, but yeah.
I remember I was wearing a big coat, so it had to be cold out.
Yeah, because we didn't go outside.
We did not go outside. It had to have been cold out.
Yeah.
Oh,
Deductive reasoning.
I don't know.
Yeah. Nice.
Sorry, I feel like I've been covering on just a bunch of random subjects.
That's exactly what it's supposed to do.
Alright, perfect.
Yeah, there was I was when I was kind of like coming up with names and like trying to figure out my different like playlists and channels of what I wanted to do. One of them was just having my friends on and just calling it the ADH double special. Like it's like all my friends have severe ADHD or creative brain or whatever you want to call it, you know, and just go on tangents about like all the crazy, like I mean we're talking about this and then we're talking about this and then we're talking about this, and it's all really interesting stuff. So I was like, that was one of the options. So here you are.
I people tell me I probably have ADHD, but I never. But I don't know. I was like the opposite as a kid. I didn't do shit as a kid. I was kind of pretty like just like subdued, like looking.
I was kind of like that too. I don't remember being like just like I was always really good at school, but then recently I think it has something to do. What I really think it is like just a creative brain. So you're like constantly like looking around and synergizing and analyzing and pulling things in for inspiration and just like observing the world around you and are fascinated by so many different things and kind of like a generalist mentality as well, because there's a lot of people that are like very like specific.
True.
And they kind of have like a pretty focused. So that's my
it's good to be like
opinion on it.
pretty aware.
Yeah.
Have the wide lens on.
Broad focused, yeah. So I think it's a good thing. I think it's strength, but when you're stuck in the classroom, it's not really strength.
No. Yeah, no. I never have taken another math class again in my life. Did you? You went to college, right?
Yeah, I did.
How long?
4 years.
All 4 years?
Yeah. And I went to grad school.
I couldn't.
Also.
So like,
I liked school. I love school. I was like, I'll go to. Well, I didn't want to
get
go.
Like I already love school too. She's gonna go for like graduate school too.
Nice.
She's switching from business to psychology right now.
Oh God bless her. That's what I started as, and I was
Psychology.
Like, yeah, because then I was like, I'm gonna have to go get my PhD and go to like 7 years of school after this and still get paid no money. Don't think so. So I went to 2 years and got paid no money. Being a coach.
Legendary.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like my boss, Dustin, said something pretty funny. Like on my lunch break, I paid rent for the first time, and then like the first month's rent's like really expensive, you know, like first class and security deposit. That just sucked. And yeah, no, I kind of just told him, I was like, damn, dude, like all that damn money.
Yeah.
And he was like, yep, welcome to being broke for the rest of your life. And I was like, fuck.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be broke for the rest of my life.
Listen, you're a good businessman. You started early. You're gonna figure it out.
I did start early. That's true. I started early with everything. I could retire at 44. It's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
It's only you only have to put in like 20, 25 years.
Okay.
So.
Oh, with your new job. Yeah. So he's gonna go be a firefighter. And
I started in 16 days.
16 days.
June 16th. Alachua County Fire Rescue.
Okay, so what's the future moving forward with Sostober? Is there what are you foreseeing? Like, is this a closing for now? Is it a closing in St. Augustine? Is it like what is it?
We're just moving to Gainesville.
Okay.
We're just moving to Gainesville. We're going hard. We're going hard in
Okay.
Gainesville. There's more people out there. There's more people my age out there. We're going hard out there.
Yeah, the college.
Mm-hmm.
It's a huge college campus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
I'm
yeah.
and
there's the music scene out there.
So big. Every time I go there, I see an awesome band. Dude, Rug was awesome. I saw this band called Rug. They were awesome. Saw this other band. The Nancys are awesome. Saw this other band. It was the best one. Can't remember their name.
Oh no.
Started with an N.
You'll
In
find
Gainesville. I'll find him. I followed him on YouTube, so I definitely can find it pretty easy.
Yeah.
Phone's dead though. So
yeah.
doesn't matter.
Okay.
Started with an
Full
N.
swing.
They were awesome. Full swing.
Going to doing your Sostober.
Oh, full, yeah. So I'm going hard. I'm excited. Like.
That's it. Oh, that makes me happy because I was like, damn, it's like a closing of a chapter. That's so nice.
Yeah.
I was a little pressed, honestly. Well, I'm so glad.
A lot of the homies are. I couldn't get a job here though. St. John's County. I went to school in St. John's County, and St. John's County Fire Rescue didn't even show up to like the career day thing. They don't want us. Nobody's getting a job in St. John's County.
Yeah, I think that's pretty across the board in St. John's County. It's like
no matter what.
We've got our people. Don't worry about us. We got our people.
Dude, they talk about it like it's a damn cold, bro.
Probably. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised. Yeah, but Gainesville will be sick.
I'm so excited. So much good music out there. I got a lot of buddies out there.
Nice.
I'm excited.
Are people like people you graduated with going out there to go to school?
There's some. Only 6 people from my high school got into it.
Wow.
Yeah, Irie was 7th in our class graduating. Like, and she made it. Yeah, no, she was.
That's awesome. Where's she's going to UF?
She's been there. She just finished her first year.
Oh no way. Okay.
And then.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I applied. I applied. I didn't even take the SAT or anything.
Did you want to go to school and then you kind of like?
I just kind of applied just to make sure, in case I wanted to, I could.
Okay.
I wanted to go to school for nursing. I wanted to be a nurse for a while.
Wow.
But then firefighting fit the same priorities better.
Yeah.
And hospitals are really depressing.
Yeah.
Not that ambulances aren't, but like being with a patient at the beginning of their care instead of like the end of it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Like, I don't know.
Yeah, and it's definitely a different atmosphere, I think, in all the different.
I definitely like had to grow up a little bit, like in fire school, like kind of, cause like it was definitely both a lot harder and a lot easier being like younger in fire school, cause like one, it was a lot easier physically because I was like young. Like I felt like a lot of the older folks, just like, I mean, it's like day after day after day of just like studying all night and like getting up and doing the physical shit. Like, definitely wore you out. But like, I'm glad I'm young and resilient for that.
Yeah.
But also like being able to like prove that you were mature enough for it was also like a big aspect. Like, there were definitely some folks my age that were in it, and like, I kind of had to just put on like my biggest military face I could. Like I should be like all the time.
That's so surprising too.
No, I know, no, like you. I was like telling my friends, I was like, you could not imagine me there. And I'm like standing up, also I'm going, yes sir, no sir. She's like full like locked in.
Wow.
So funny.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
funny.
But probably good for you, you know.
Definitely good for me.
Make a different
Definitely
aspect of.
Yeah, I've never been on anything like that. Definitely the most I've challenged myself so far, which I'm proud of for sure.
Nice.
I'm glad I made it through first try. I didn't think I was going to.
Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, I remember we talked and you talked about how hard it was, and I was like, that's freaking insane, but it makes sense. And then that you were unsure about the finishing product.
Stoked about it. FCTC, best fire college.
Nice.
Ever.
They get you through.
Dude, they got me a job. I got my job graduation day. It was so sick. Me and my best friend together. It was so sick.
Oh, that's so good.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
Very exciting.
Yeah, and that schedule kind of works out pretty well for you to be able to do like how many days on and how many days off?
24 on, 48 off.
Okay.
And then every third week you have 5 days off.
Okay. Wow. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's necessary. It's absolutely necessary.
And like, it sounds sweeter, I think, right now. In before I even do it, because it's like, dude, I'm thinking of all the good parts. So I'm not thinking of like the pretty brutal parts, but I feel like just have a good mindset. I should be able to do it.
Yeah. Well, and just like, I mean, you're excited about the days off because you know, like, you're gonna be able to use them well and like be able to really balance your life.
I really just want to snowboard. That's what everything I do is just for that.
So what?
Every ounce of work I'm putting into my life is for one thing, and it's because I want to snowboard. Like every hour I work, every shirt I make,
because you want to snowboard.
Because I want to have be able to snowboard. And there are other things, of course. That's like a funny generalization, but like I want to support the things and people I care about, of course. But all like time off, you know, like all like I'm just trying to snowboard. Yeah. I'm really just trying to snowboard.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's just the best. It's live again.
Yay!
I'm not gonna stay alive. Sorry.
That's fine. I want to know one of your biggest takeaways from Sostober and St. Augustine.
St. Augustine's awesome. Extremely awesome. It showed me a lot more of like the people and the more creative, like cultural aspects of the town. Like I got to know a lot of artists and people who support artists, and learned a lot about the scene, honestly, in the town. Repeat your question.
Like, what are your biggest takeaways from doing Sostober and St. Augustine?
St. Augustine, why I said is probably the biggest. It really has just been like the community's fucking dope. Like, I'm so thankful for all my homies, like everyone who's been able to come out and like support cool shit. I love St. Augustine. Yeah. It's the spot. It's the spot. Like growing up, people always like say it's boring or whatever. It's like it's boring if you're like 13. Yeah. It's boring when you think everything's lame and you can't drive yet. But like as soon as you start like appreciating things, it's such a good time. It's so cool.
That's such a good way to talk about preteen.
Dude, it's so funny. It's like bro, this place sucks. It's so boring.
Everything sucks.
It's like, bro, you're boring.
You just find something to do.
Find anything. There's so much to do here, dude.
Yeah. There's so much to get into.
Honestly, when it rains, nothing. Squat. When it rains, there's nothing to do. When it rains and it's nighttime. If it's raining and past 10 o'clock, nothing's open. And when there's nothing open, you go outside. Yeah. I don't want to go outside. Thunderstorm, dude. You're gonna struck by lightning. I've been struck by lightning.
No, what? No. I have not met anybody that's been struck by lightning until I moved here. And I've met, like, I had an athlete that got struck by lightning twice. That. Nuts!
That was my worst fucking fear, dude. That shit hurt so bad.
Tell me about it.
I didn't get struck like right in the head or nothing. I didn't like if I got like directly struck by lightning, I would have fucking died 100%.
Yeah, okay. But, I didn't know how it caused me to question like.
I should say more like I got electrocuted really fucking bad. It struck right next. So me and Lucas, we were surfing after school, the beginning of summer before junior year, and it was right when I first got my car, and it wasn't mine yet, but it was right when I first started driving my car, and me and Lucas went surfing after school. No, it was summer. Went surfing after surf camp. He was working Surf Station Surf Camp. I was working St. Augustine Surf School, and we converged after. And
surf more.
Choked up a little bit. Surf. We were surfing. It was really fun. Wasn't even like a crazy day or nothing, just like a fun log day. Big ass cloud comes. Not cloud, it was like a menacing, like, you know when it's like
the gray
warping under?
Starts to
like
come.
where it's like,
oh yeah,
like the crazy ones.
Oh yeah.
Oh
But
yeah.
it was pretty far away, and I was like, dude, we have like 30 minutes. Like, we're good. Like I know it looks bad, but there's no way that's traveling that fast. 5 minutes later, it's
Oh
like
my god.
on us, and it starts to like kind of strike, like kind of like where we could see on the horizon, and I was like, oh shit, dude. And like we like took waves in, and we were like running up the beach. I was borrowing a bike from him, and we like grabbed our bikes. We were running up the beach, like trying to get the boards like on them properly, and then all of a sudden we were probably like even with, you know, the signs that say the marine life stuff and like all that information, like warning, whatever. We're probably even with that, running up like a boat ramp thing or the car ramp, whatever. And dude, all of a sudden it was just like the loudest fucking shit I've ever heard in my life, and just like it was like echoing like in our heads, like it was like the thunder was like happening on top of us, like directly, and then like all of a sudden like it was just like so loud and white, and then I felt like the electricity come up my feet and like concentrate in my fingers and my head, and it felt like cartoon ass like smoke coming out my ears, like brains felt like
Just like the
scrambled.
electrocution, like
like, and it felt like it was about to like pop my fingers off, like it was like
Oh.
and then it like came back out, and it like all came back through and back into the ground, and it happened to both me and Lucas, and like we dropped our boards, and like all of a sudden we were on the floor, and we were like, bro, what, and we were just like freaking out, and I had just I had like learned some about the heart in school the year before, and I was like, dude, our hearts are gonna fucking stop, bro. And I was like we started running around like chickens with our damn heads off, and we left our damn boards and
Just in
bikes,
shock.
and we were just screaming like, bro, fuck, what do we do? And freaking out. It was so bad. Like we were so scared, dude. And then yeah, I went home. My family just didn't believe me at all.
No.
My dad was like, what are you talking about? You have marks on you. And I was like,
No, so okay, so you didn't have any like, you just like felt it on the inside. How long?
It was probably only a few seconds. I like
Really?
blacked
So
out.
like when you went home, you didn't feel anything anymore.
Lucas passed out the next day at work, and he had like
gosh.
some vision things he had to go to the doctor for, but I didn't have any effects. No. It just kind of like sucked. It was like not. Well, I mean, I'm like really scared of lightning now. Like I kind of like I get all kinds of stuff.
That's traumatic. That's like a huge shock to your system.
That shit
Literally.
sucked. Yeah, no, that shit sucked. It's like electrocution has to. I mean, like electrocution and like heat, like fire, have to be like the two most painful fucking things.
And then you go to fire school.
I'm not planning on getting burned, bro.
Yeah, I hope not.
I definitely will.
Yeah, you have the suits. You have the big suits.
You get burned in this. A bunch of dudes in my school had burns all over their shoulders and stuff. Like, I got lucky. I didn't. But,
yeah. Well, maybe the fire or getting struck by lightning, like.
I must have just got like.
you.
I must have just buttoned my shit proper. I don't know. It's very easy to get burnt for sure. Rookie year is gonna be gnarly.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rookie year, you're just like bottom dollar at the fire station, like doing everything for everybody.
Really?
And yeah, you have like a task booklet you have to complete by the end of the year or something, and like a bunch of stuff.
Like a scavenger hunt for firefighters.
Yeah, no.
That's cool.
I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough, but it's definitely worth it. First real person job. I've been making minimum wage for like 4 years. It's so exciting. It's so exciting. I've been working minimum wage since I was like 14.
Yeah.
I'm about to be making
more minimum wage.
Government minimum wage.
Yeah.
Yeah, no.
But you'll have your stuff on the side and you can be gone.
Yeah, I should have enough to pay for. I'm not into that much like expensive shit.
Yeah.
Like snowboarding is kind of expensive. That's like once, twice a year. And I go to North Carolina, which is
honestly,
like a fraction of the price of snowboarding.
I'm gonna let you know like for first and last months, that's not bad. So
Yeah.
you're doing okay.
I'm splitting with 3.
Okay. That's fair.
Yeah, it's 3 of us. We all had to pay that for that. I was like, damn, dude.
Yeah. Okay. Then that's probably about. That's not bad.
The house is sick. So
Yeah. Oh, that's exciting.
Yeah, we have a garage where like a carport, a place to park, which is
Nice.
gold in Gainesville.
Yeah.
And then,
Really?
yeah.
Okay.
Cause we're close to campus. We're really close to campus, dude. We're like right next to like the university row and like all the cool shit.
Hell yeah.
We're like 2 blocks from all the party shit.
That's sick. That's sick. That's gonna be so cool for your like setup and stuff.
I'm gonna find a bike. I'm about to thrift so much shit.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, I think they have good thrifts down there. That's where Georgia gets some of her stuff. There's a place down there, but
Really?
she's mostly
What place?
clothes. She's mostly clothes. So.
Well, no, like I've gone.
Oh,
Maybe I
it's
just haven't been in the right places. But I've noticed the places with the most like young people have the worst thrifting. And worse in terms of like what I'm looking for. They have cool shit, but it's all gone through already.
Yeah.
Like they have those like boutique like vintage places, like thrift stores where it's like
The
they already but they already cherry picked all the best shit. And so now it's like t-shirts at the thrift for like $25 because they found all like the cool rare shit. Like I was in Atlanta 2 days ago and I like saw a bunch of that shit.
Yes.
And like I went to this place called Little 5 Points and they had a ton of these crazy cool vintage stores, like really impressive finds and shit. It was way out of my damn price range. I bought these shoes there. Bought them new from a skate shop.
Nice.
I didn't buy them used.
Yeah.
I needed new skate shoes. I love these so damn much. But thrifting's hard in Gainesville. Anywhere with a prominent young population, thrifting gets harder.
And they probably don't donate the best stuff either. You know.
Possible. Yeah. No, but everything's just like swept through.
College.
Swept through, dude. Luckily, blanks aren't like a hot commodity or anything, so I can find a lot of those.
Okay.
I got the buddies at Reeves Vintage and Pop Stops Vintage out there.
Pop Stops is out there?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, they're both from Gainesville. Evan and Brock.
Oh,
They're
no
both from
way.
Gainesville. So,
Okay. So we came up here for the.
Yeah, they're coming up again for the 30th. It was.
Okay, I hope it doesn't rain and I hope I can stop.
Dude, I fucking hope it doesn't rain.
Yeah.
If it doesn't rain, I'm gonna ask my homie Ethan if I can pay him so that he uses his house. Last second.
Yeah. That'd be fine. Okay.
I really hope it doesn't fucking rain, dude.
Yeah.
It's so annoying changing days because like then immediately
And that's
you're cutting the amount of people that are gonna be there.
Yeah. And Kudzu is that's our EP drop.
It's
so
way
it's
more
like
important for them
it
than it
gets
is for me. No, it's actually really important for both
culmination
of us.
of
Their EP's gonna be so good. Like,
I can't
I'm
wait.
excited. The music's getting so good.
Tony was good.
Have you met the rapping population down here?
The rapping? Just Melo Blue.
Melo Blue. I don't know.
Mason Lopez. No. Okay.
Mason Lopez.
I just know him.
From St. Augustine?
Yeah.
What?
He's nice.
Mason Lopez?
Yeah. He does a lot of nobbies.
Okay.
Which you don't really frequent.
My 2 homies, Cracker Jack and Triv Kai,
Okay.
are about to blow. Cracker Jack's closer.
Bring him on.
You gotta meet Jack.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Jack.
Okay. I'll stop by.
He'll be at the 30th.
Okay.
Hopefully. I'm about to. Yeah. But yeah, that dude is starting to blow like big numbers on Spotify.
Hell yeah.
That motherfucker's like he goes to the studio in Jacksonville. I think they said he's like already the biggest motherfucker coming out of there.
Hell yeah.
He's blowing. I've known him since I was like 10 years old. That motherfucker's always been able to freestyle so nice. Like really good.
Cool.
He's gonna be one of the biggest like musical acts coming out of San Augustine in recent times. Like actually, he has like his biggest song is like 120,000 like something, and it's like still growing. He has like like 18,000 monthly listeners. Like he's good. He's been on kind of a little bit of a hiatus recently too. Like he's about to come out some fire shit. No,
I love when artists disappear and you're like, oh shit.
Yeah.
I have to do something crazy.
A little build up. It's so good.
Yeah.
No, he'll send me a little audio files. I'm like, damn. And my other homie, you've definitely met Tristan just at like pop-ups and stuff.
Yeah.
He's freaking shyer about putting his music out, but it's so good, dude.
Damn.
He's gonna blow too. He has to put his mind to it. He's gonna blow too.
Yeah.
Like, you've definitely seen him. No, we're struck by the hip. That's not hard. But yeah, no, you gotta get on that side of the artistic youth.
I didn't even know it existed. I didn't even know. I thought it was
I'll introduce you. I always try to get
mostly like heavy stuff, like punk and metal the like rock genre is like prominent here. I feel like there's not that much. I mean, cover band country, and then like, but I haven't really. Melo was the first one that I was like, oh.
I'll show you.
Rap.
If I find like a charger or something, I'll play like a file. Okay. He's so good. I have a video of him and Colo. Hey Colo, another one, another local fucking upcoming. And they were freestyling to Canon doing a guitar solo.
Oh my god.
In front of this camera, it's them. It's the fisheye of this camera with them in their face while Canon's just like ripping a guitar solo, and they're just spitting like back and forth. It's crazy. It's crazy. And I have that footage on these fucking tapes. It was on the.
I bet that thing has some gold because every time I've seen it, you and Brody together, I'm like, I know there's gold on there.
There's some good shit on there.
I know there's gold on there.
Some good shit.
Damn. Especially with Cannon, bro.
You fucking rips, dude. You fucking rips.
I saw him playing the drums. I didn't know he plays the drums.
Were you there when Double Entendre was there? There was this random rapper that was just at Treaty.
Yes.
Do you remember
he
that
was putting
shit?
stickers everywhere?
Yeah.
The money stickers?
Yeah, the money stickers.
Yes. That was
Double Entendre.
nuts.
That was fucking nuts.
That was nuts.
And like Cannon was fucking
Okay,
on the
okay,
crazy
yes,
one.
yes,
It was
yes.
the same night.
Yes.
And Double
yeah.
Entendre was fucking spinning, bro.
Yes, that was a fire night too,
That
because
was
you
so
had like
good.
put on like the skate competition
We're doing
was
the next one too.
legit.
Yeah.
And then Brody came in like from the pit.
Yeah, Brody.
That's it. He came and like threw stuff into the pit, and I had never seen that. Like, I know that's a skate thing.
So sick.
It's so cool.
Thank you.
It's so cool.
Thank you, Bodie.
Yeah,
Thank you, Bodie.
He's like, go.
He's actually the St. Augustine skate scene overlord.
Yeah. It's so sick.
There really isn't as much coming out of St. Augustine recently when it comes to like younger skate talent. Like Aiden Leahy rips. But I remember like the generation before me, like before I started skating, there were so many dudes that like Bodie was like picking up and were like catching like some crazy fucking steam, like Griffin and Hopper and Hunter and like a bunch of like crazy ass dudes who were coming out like right before I started skating, or like in the years before I started skating. I feel like the skate scene isn't what it was.
Yeah.
In St. Augustine.
Why do you think so?
I'm letting them down. No, like the skill, like the old heads still rip, but like I'm not seeing as much skill from like the younger generation anymore.
Do you think that's like a time or a
I don't know.
year?
Like we had so many we had like a big group growing up, and we all skated and we all were like progressing together. I don't see like, and there was a generation of that before us that we all looked up to, and there wasn't really a generation behind us. Like it was weird. Like,
yeah.
There was it was like a defined generation of skaters before us that grew up and like graduated and like were crazy good, and then there was more of
the
us.
skate era was like
And a few of like Hudson, Dylan, and Landon, and then like a few of the other guys that kind of stuck around, but I would even say they're in the other generation. But there's a few that ripped really hard, and the rest of us do not live up to it. I think. Honestly, I don't think we do. We didn't put out skate videos like the generation before us. There's nothing. I don't really see any kids skating younger, like in a crew. Like I see like just like solo like people ripping, but there's no like next gen.
I wonder if like, I feel like the crews are missing. Like in general, it's just so easy to do things by yourself now.
I guess so. I don't know, but yeah, I mean I frequent both skate parks, and I don't.
Yeah.
Unless they're going in the morning, I'm not seeing like.
Yeah, probably not.
No, I'm not seeing like a next gen. It's sad.
Yeah, that's tough.
But yeah. I don't know. Rest in peace.
Yeah. No, the revival is coming, hopefully.
I hope so. The pop-ups have given me hope. Like there's a few kids that have come up and have like they definitely love skating. They're skating good. But there was like before me, there was like a fucking explosion of talent. It was crazy. There were so many fucking ripping motherfuckers. Like, and even like way before me, like, you ever heard of Luke Harrington? Fucking I don't know why you would have. Treaty fucking local ripper. He has like the Harrington Gap, which is like it's like bank into the 9 and like a bunch of crazy shit that like people just like straight up don't do anymore at all. Like nobody does that at all. There's a bunch of like stuff that just will not be done very many more times in the future at that park.
Damn, that's like that's one of those things, you know, I always thought about. I don't remember who said it, but they said like there's 2 times, or you have like 2 deaths or whatever. It's Macklemore, I think, that like when you die, and then the last time that somebody mentions your name, and that's kind of like the idea of the legend is, or like being legendary is like people continue to talk about you.
I'll keep talking about all the
but it's like all these guys that do these tricks that are like legendary. It's like you're watching the like skill dwindle out almost.
Yeah, no, we have like gaps named after people and shit. And, like,
damn.
Just different things that like certain people did first or did some crazy shit over or whatever.
That's so cool. I love skate culture.
I love skateboarding.
It's so fascinating to me.
It's
so
like,
I've loved being a part of what you put on because it's really introduced me to a lot of that.
That's awesome. Yeah. That's awesome. I'm glad. It's like what I'm trying to do. Skating's the sickest. It's like people just like come together over challenging themselves to do something tough, but it's also so fucking fun.
Yeah, and they support each other and they like help each other out. And
everyone's awesome.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
Like,
no, not everyone.
Yeah.
Not everyone.
But when you find that community,
amazing people. Yeah. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's awesome. I love skateboarding.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
That's cool.
I'm like getting back into it finally. I couldn't really do it in fire school, but I got some good skating time in Georgia with Hudson.
Nice.
I went up there and celebrated his graduation. You ever meet the Hudson from Georgia? I don't know if y'all have overlapped, but he comes like I met him at Camp Woodward, Pennsylvania, skateboarding camp. I went there
so cute.
The summer after freshman year. And I met him, and then he started just like coming down because his grandpa lived in Jacksonville, and he would come and stay with like Brody mostly. He stayed with me a few times, and he would just like come and hang around. He's like the fucking best. I just went and saw him graduate. I didn't see him graduate, but I made his party, which was sick.
Nice.
The homies Lucas and Brody just graduated too in Evan.
Oh yeah.
Congratulations.
I saw Evan's graduation pic. Oh my god.
It's so awesome. So I'm glad I made it. I wasn't originally going to make it to the graduation, but I'm glad I did.
Yeah.
And now I'm gonna make it to so many in a row. Like I went to the year before me when I graduated, and like Evan, Lucas, and Brody graduated. Next year my sister's graduating, all from the same damn high school.
Yeah. Yeah. Next year your sister graduates.
Crazy. It's crazy for my parents.
Yeah.
It's crazy for my parents.
Yeah, that's gonna be nuts. But, yeah.
She's the youngest. Yeah. But I see her taking a not being as eagerly the nest for sure.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't think it would take me this long. Like, I was like, damn, I'm not there immediately. Even though I love my parents. My parents are the best.
Yeah, they are.
I was just trying to do stuff.
Yeah.
But I was like, yeah, dude, I'm gonna get out of there immediately. But no, I went to fire school. It's been a year since I graduated high school now.
Yeah.
But I'm moving out.
You doing the thing?
Monday. So took me a year. Took me a year to get out.
Yeah. But that's okay. That's okay. You need the time, and now you're good.
You need the time. I'm going out with a career though.
Yeah.
Not going into debt.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly.
Stoked.
Yeah.
I'm stoked.
Yeah. Okay. Any last words?
Generally?
Yeah. About it can let's see. We can direct it.
Fuck AI.
Okay, sure.
Fuck all news outlets because they're all trying to confuse all of us.
Yep. They're selling what they're already selling. Same shit.
Everyone's gotta come together and do cool shit.
And do cool shit.
Care about cool shit.
You want to know what I started? Because you guys do cool shit with your friends. That's like all I say all the time. I'm like, dude, just do cool shit with your friends and we'll change the world.
Straight up.
Easy like that.
Straight up.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank
you
you
for having me. Thank you to everyone in St. Augustine for supporting Sostober and all the like fun we've had throughout the. Damn, it's crazy. It's gonna be like 2 years almost.
Yeah.
That's wild.
Wow.
I'm very excited for Friday.
Yeah.
Hope it doesn't rain. Better not rain.
Yeah, Freddie.
Better not rain.
Maybe I could have this out.
That'd be cool.
I can have it out.
Don't
literally
rush yourself too hard. That's kind of tough, man. I don't know how long we've been recording. Could have been a while. Could have not been a while. I don't know.
Well, I don't really have to edit that much. So.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
That'd be cool.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool. Yeah. Final words are. Do you have any final words?
Do cool shit with your friends.
Do cool shit with your friends.
Do cool shit with your friends.
Shout out everybody.
Yeah. Yeah. They know who they are.
They've
been along for the ride. They've been along
Real
for the
ones know
ride.
who they are. If your name was mentioned in this video, I love you. Yeah. Okay, dude.
Peace.
Wait, let me redo that. I know it's too aggressive.
That's okay.
Sostobers are in the airbrush.
Go back a little bit. Yeah, down. There you go. That's cool. And that's a scary mansion.
Scary mansion.